welcome to Untitled Entertainment Podcast. It's not like I put way too much thought into the intro once again. Mother, you are far and away the most requested and re-requested and then requested a third time guest on the 129 Entertainment Podcast. People love hearing you speak. It's no joke why. Sometimes, first of all, you are a huge Harry Potter fan. Nonetheless, we are here to talk about Fantastic Beasts. We just saw the tombstone that was Fantastic Beasts, and we're okay. Nice. We see that you are at NCG. The YouTube videos are starting to become the way to watch these. By the way, you are a huge Harry Potter fan. Mm-hmm. I was a Harry Potter fan well before you.
Yes, you
and
were.
I got burned out of it after the movies died.
Yeah,
just like a normal Harry Potter fan. But and then, of course, you jumped right on the bandwagon and saw all the movies. I guess
I saw them late though, if you remember. So
no, I don't remember at all.
Okay. Should we rewind? Or should I say, thanks for having me on the show today.
You're so welcome.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it.
Like I said, I jump right into these things.
It's nice to know that I'm so heavily requested.
You are easily, without a doubt, the most requested guest.
Let's rewind.
We can totally talk about how requested you are as a guest. You, for some reason, if you're blood related to me, you are more requested than pretty much everyone else on the...
I know there's a show I'm really looking forward to that's coming up, which I said that about this show last time I was on.
Oh, are you talking about... So I guess I can talk about that. We're going to start doing this monthly show where we get like a big group of people who come on and we're just going to be doing that. And for December, we are doing the Wesley Christmas special, which people have been requesting to hear the five of us sit down and talk on a podcast for God knows how long.
So we're pulling your dad out.
Yes, we are pulling my dad out. We're going to pull you out. We're going to pull Wyatt, Emma. I guess the dogs are going to be on there somewhere. They'll be on the video. There. This is going to be great for promoting video, by the way, because the dogs will be on the podcast.
They're kind of a big deal, too.
Yes. And the planning has already gone into how we are going to look for that podcast already.
I'm really excited about it. I think it's going to be fun. So, yeah, stay tuned.
Far and away, the other most requested thing, the full Wesley. But anyway, I've noticed I say fuck on this podcast way too often. So I guess I should have thought that through. I wanted to stop saying fuck on the pod.
That's two.
Stop saying the F word on the podcast.
Hold on. I'm going to hit my mic.
So
you got it. There you go.
What I did was I got a swear jar. It's my fucking swear jar.
That's
which if you refer to my fucking swear jar, that's good enough. That's a free one. Okay. So that's 2 fucks. We're not gonna count that other one because I only have $50 in ones.
Oh my god.
It's full on display. That's gonna be my production budget.
Other stuff.
Yes, we get it. You're a Harry Potter fan. Wow, that's so nice. Did you get handpicked to choose that fucking wand?
I did.
So every time I just stop saying things after I swear.
This is my wand.
Putting it in the swear jar.
This is me. Are we on one camera today or two?
Just one camera.
Okay. So this is my wand.
Wow. I feel like I'm on one of those like road shows where they bring in antiques and they show them off. You know.
I was chosen at Ollivander's to get that wand.
You were chosen by Ollivander's. I wouldn't know. I wasn't there.
I know.
So.
You were on that baseball trip.
Yeah. Love sports.
Love
sports.
Sportsing.
I'm so good at sports.
So yeah, I was chosen to get that and I did cry. It is true.
You did in fact cry. That's what I heard. I heard that you did cry when Ollivander chose you.
It was Ollivander.
Which, first of all, I guess I can start talking about the movie we just saw. I thought Ollivander was in Fantastic Beasts. Turns out it wasn't. They name dropped Nicholas Flamel, which I was not expecting, by the way.
I was excited for that.
I should probably intro this. We're not going to spoil Fantastic Beasts. It doesn't matter anyway. You don't want to see it anyway.
Yes, you do. No, it was a good movie.
I'm not going to spoil Fantastic Beasts. We're just going to talk about like major plot points. There's some things that they obviously talked about the movie before they even announced it. I wouldn't be too worried about it. We're not going to say the ending. And I'll be honest, the ending's not that good anyway, so it doesn't matter. So if you can't tell already, I didn't have very strong feelings for this movie. We are fresh out of seeing it. I mean, like 20 minutes ago we saw it.
Yeah.
I don't know why they're dragging Harry Potter through the mud and beating it with a stick and shooting it and stabbing it like Jesus Christ on the cross.
Wow, that's not blasphemous.
Why? This was supposed to be Jesus's tears.
Yeah, I'm looking for lightning to strike you down.
And let's be honest, why are they bringing on, like, don't get me wrong, I love the Wizarding World. When the opening scene of this movie is actually fantastic. Like I was like, oh my God, this might actually be a good movie because it's almost like in my notes I wrote, it's like, so they're on this like carriage and the prisoner's being transported Grindelwald, which Johnny Depp is fantastic in this movie, by the way. Yes, Johnny Depp may be a horrible person in real life, but you can't get over the fact how good he is in movies.
Did you hear
that's
how
all
he
I guess.
got the role for this?
No. Did they watch Pirates of the Caribbean and say that's who we want?
No. So,
What'd he do?
spoiler.
Okay, spoiler
Johnny
for me.
Depp wanted to be in this movie. So what he did was he came up with a character he wanted to be for Grindelwald. So he made his makeup artist completely make him up in this character. And then he sent that over to the director and the producers is like, put me in this movie. I want to be in this movie.
And I feel like if Johnny Depp says, hey,
Put
by the
me
way,
in
I
the
want to be on a movie,
Yeah.
he gets in the movie.
I agree. So that's what happened there. And then apparently it was a little bit more darker than they were looking, his original concept of it. So
Okay.
they kind of tweaked it to make it to what it is now.
Yeah, he is a bit of a pasty white fellow in this movie, I'll be honest.
I don't mean darker and like it was.
Oh, I thought he looked like Edward Scissorhands is what you were going for.
Well, I think maybe it could have been a little.
That's what I'm saying.
I think they made him a little bit scarier. And so they made him, I mean, he's very intimidating and as Grindelwald,
Yes.
but he's not like, you look like you do kind of want to believe him because he has that power to make you kind of want to.
In all honesty, I like Grindelwald so much more than I like a majority of the characters in this movie anyway. I was so on board. I'm like, oh, I like this guy. Okay, let's totally follow
is this
him.
camera going to get me rolling my eyes at you? Because this is what's going to happen the entire
There's
time.
Gonna be a lot
For
of
those
eye
of you at
rolling
home
here.
listening and not watching, I've rolled my eyes about 400 times
120
already.
Entertainment on YouTube. You should definitely go watch.
This is ridiculous.
Shameless plug.
You couldn't be any more wrong.
No, I couldn't because here's the thing.
Oh, you couldn't. You just admitted it.
Here's my
Let me
issue
get out my bucket of soda.
with,
Hold on.
with the Fantastic Beasts franchise, and I guess the first quarry, is that a word? Probably. I guess my first issue with this movie is it's not Harry Potter. Okay.
Right.
This is not a Harry Potter story. This is about some character that we really do not care that much about in the wizarding world that was meant to go.
About Newt Scamander?
Yeah. First of all, Newt Scamander.
Who doesn't not care about Newt?
He is the most unlikable character I have ever seen in a movie. Have you been drinking today? No, I have not.
Just checking.
I kind of wish I was after that movie. That's the thing.
Lord.
I should have went into that movie so blasted so I could at least appreciate the plot that was not there in that entire movie.
Let's rewind. Pause.
Let's rewind. By the way, that intro scene is one of the best scenes. I forgot to talk about that, but yeah, it was
amazing. It was a great scene, but let's rewind. So the whole point of Harry Potter, which if you don't remember when you were little and you read all those books,
I did read all those books.
Please read the Harry Potter books. I'm like, yeah, I'll get to it when I get to it.
All right.
And so I finally, after reading the Twilights for the probably third time.
Okay. Well,
I said
Twilight's great movies.
Whatever. I said, I'll read the Harry Potter books. God, Parker, fine. I'll read the Harry Potter books.
Yep.
So I did. And of course you were right. And I know I was right.
I was right.
And then we had people just walk by my office. I was confused. Oh, by the way, we're in my office.
Yeah, we are in
so you get to,
my mom's office.
Yeah, it's pretty
because
cool.
this is coming out so late. I really don't want to edit this video. So.
Oh, all right.
This is me being lazy.
So it's my office. So by the way, it's where I am every day. So with Harry Potter, and you were right. So I read all the books. And we went and I watched all the movies. And so I was late to the Harry Potter world. Okay.
Yes.
So
that's correct.
I think that you're forgetting with the Fantastic Beasts movies that the Harry Potter books were 8. There was 8 movies, 7 books.
Yes.
Correct.
No, I did not forget that. Continue.
Okay. I'm very surprised that you looked over at me at the end of this movie today.
Yes.
And were surprised that we weren't getting more answers at the end of it. You understand they're going to keep drawing this out as long as they're getting money and they're raking the cash in.
Well, great. That's not an excuse, though. Like every single Avengers movie is at least a story that stands on its own. Yes, I'm going to call in the...
Really?
Swear to God. Maybe Infinity War is the only one that doesn't count. But each of those are condensed stories that serve a bigger plot. This is a 3-movie plot. Or this is one plot in 3 movies. That's my issue. Or 4 movies or 50 movies or how many fucking...
It is completely not one plot. And here's what the thing is. You could put some money in there, please.
That's $2.
So where's this money going towards, by the way?
It's production budget. So one of these days I might make this show actually look and sound good. And I'm hoping that's where my fucking swear jar money goes.
Oh my Lord. So I think you're just forgetting. They're going to make these as drawn out as they possibly can because they're making a ton of money on them. And there are fans who really enjoy them.
Correct.
I cannot believe you don't enjoy them. I mean, in this movie alone, we got to learn the backstory of some really cool people.
Yes, I agree.
Hello, Jude Law makes the coolest Albus Dumbledore.
I'll tell you what.
Dumbledore.
I leaned over to you and I go, there's only one person who could play a young Dumbledore, and that's Jude Law. And Jude Law is fantastic in everything he does. Well, but he was just a little... I don't know. I haven't seen anything else other than Sherlock Holmes.
I can think of a couple things he has
Whatever.
done. Okay.
I've only seen him in Sherlock Holmes, therefore he's amazing.
What was that movie with everybody else who's my age will know this? There's a movie with Jude Law in it, and it was like some vacation movie where this lady takes a vacation and goes to England.
If it's not an Avengers movie, I haven't seen it.
And I think it has Cameron Diaz in it. Am I crazy? So type this in into the messages. Name in a long time.
I know. I've not heard her name in a long time.
And then somebody else, I'm going to say Kate Winslet. Am I crazy?
I also have not heard her name in a long time.
To England, and then somebody else went to America, and they switched places, and then she met Jude Law, and apparently she didn't want to leave England, which, hello. Okay, who would want to leave England if they met Jude Law?
That's what I'm saying.
Anyway.
Believe it or not, the people who live in England don't like it that much.
It's a rom-com.
That's a true story.
It's a rom-com.
USA.
So, I mean, now that I'm thinking about that, it really wasn't a bad movie. I'll have to think about it. I do think, but no, Jude Law made a great Albus Dumbledore.
Where is my notes on that? I think I said Jude Law is the only actor on the planet that could play a young Dumbledore. So yeah, that's exactly what I told you.
He was wonderful. So it's kind of cool, I think, to see. And then we got to see, you mentioned Nicholas Flamel. We got to see
Nicholas Flamel was a crazy name drop. Yeah. And when he shows the Sorcerer's Stone, which is how he's surviving all that time, I was like, okay, that's really cool.
I mean, there were some very cool parts to this movie, which I think you're expecting way too much. I think you expected it to be wrapped up. I'm expecting a
full storyline. How about that?
There was a complete full storyline.
No, there was not. There was no storyline in this entire movie. This movie was, let's chase Grindelwald. Let's get to Grindelwald at the end. And that's it.
Okay.
And it's like, okay, let's go to the next movie.
Right. Well, you knew that it was going to be more than this movie, though.
Again, so I need at least a full story.
Shocker. Now, no spoiler there. Grindelwald obviously escapes.
Yes, because there's going to be 50,000 movies.
Right. And I don't think there's going to be 50,000. But
you're right, 60,000. My bad.
Okay. So Grindelwald escapes. And then you're left on this caper of trying to find him. Mm-hmm. And they need Newt and his fabulous beasts.
Which, by the way, I'll be honest, the beasts give a new breath of air to this movie that none of the horrible characters in this entire movie could possibly do.
I will say there's one main character who I really liked in the first one.
The Fat Joe guy? I don't know his real name.
Jacob.
I called him Fat
all
Joe.
Your best friends are named Jacob. How do you forget that his name is Jacob?
I wrote his name down. Okay, so there's a scene in the movie where the one girl is enchanting
the one
fat
girl.
Guy.
Lita?
Natalie Portman 2.0 is what I named her because she looks a little bit better than Natalie Portman, but she looks just like Natalie Portman.
Lita Lestrange?
Yes. No. The one that's getting married to what's his name? Jacob. Fat Joe. Fat
Queenie?
Jacob. Huh? Queenie looks like Natalie Portman 2.0 because she looks just a little bit better than Natalie Portman, but she still looks like Natalie Portman.
Okay.
So there's a scene, right, where Fat Jacob is enchanted by Natalie Portman 2.0.
I'm going to put on my Harry Potter glasses.
Haha. Anyway, Fat Joe is enchanted by Natalie Portman 2.0. And I was seeing this, I was like, if this was the other way around, there would absolutely be outrage about this scene.
About a guy
enchanting a girl to marry them. Tell me there wouldn't be outrage if that was the other way around.
There would be outrage.
There would absolutely be outrage.
But he is upset with her and he explains that, right?
Yes.
Okay. So they kind of
I'm just saying I would be really upset even if Natalie Portman 2.0 enchanted me and I woke up with like 6 kids later. Because that's what they said.
They did say.
They said, what, are you going to wake me up when I have 6 kids or something like that? Which I was like, not a good line. Really not a good line.
I mean... He's right.
Really shouldn't do that.
You're right. I don't think
shouldn't take shortcuts.
I would like to say this though. It is a movie.
It is in fact a movie.
There's some pretend things that happen.
That is.
I don't think Natalie Portman 2.0 is going to come find you and enchant you.
Wouldn't be upset.
Oh my gosh. I liked her hair. I liked her hair in this.
I loved her, by the way.
I was thinking in the movie, I'm like, I wonder if I should cut my hair like that.
I didn't notice her hair. I was like, wow, she definitely is a little crazy.
It's really
That's
cute.
what I kept saying.
But then even if I cut it like that, Allison, don't cut my hair like that. That I wouldn't know how to curl it, as everybody knows, because I don't know how to curl my hair. So, because it was beautiful. But
to tell you how forgettable this movie is, I completely forgot what they all look like.
Okay. So what I was saying is there are characters from the first one that you really like and you root for.
Right.
And in this one,
like all the beasts, and that was it.
No. And in this one, you don't really care about them. You're like, that's all right.
So Fat Jacob is one.
Fat Jacob.
I don't remember the first movie even one bit.
I feel like they really took his character and made him not very likable.
Wasn't he funny in the first movie?
He was funny in the first one.
And he was not funny in this one. I can confirm.
He was just okay.
He was not funny.
He was milquetoast.
He was, in fact, not funny.
He was milquetoast.
Sure.
which means something bland.
He was very bland. He was not at all interesting.
Yeah, he was milquetoast.
He was pretty bad, actually. I don't even know why he was in this movie at all, because he didn't serve a single purpose. Like many of the other characters.
Right. I think you're right.
Why is Newt suddenly this guy who can do everything? He can just completely like stop Grindelwald. Why is Newt in there in the first place?
Because his beasts apparently were really needed.
That's it?
Yeah.
Why doesn't Dumbledore just come and kick his ass and we all walk home happy? And that's only one movie. That would have at least been one story too.
You know why Dumbledore can't?
Yes. But
you can't spoil that for everyone listening.
I thought that was already confirmed by J.K. Rowling. There's like huge outrage about this.
Okay, so no, that's not why. I mean, they have the. If I say something, it's going to ruin the movie.
Okay, don't say that then.
So
it's a weird Harry Potter thing that doesn't make sense.
That Dumbledore cannot. So I'll leave that up to you to find out when you watch the movie.
We can confirm Dumbledore would wipe the floor with this guy.
I believe he would have.
Absolutely.
Well, of course he's going to, because he does it I wrote down in my notes, Dumbledore does officially wipe the floor with him in 1945. And the problem is when he gets the other one, these movies are taking place in 1927.
Correct.
So you have quite a few many years there.
Oh my God. Are they going to make me sit through 20 years of movies?
That's what I'm telling you.
This is bullshit.
So I understand your upsetness here.
Fuck, I swear.
Do the math. It's going to be a bit before you get there. So they've got those
I didn't even like the first movie.
I know.
I liked the second movie more than I didn't like the first movie.
Yeah.
Just because of Jude Law and Johnny Depp. That being said, I would love a Jude Law and Johnny Depp movie. Let's get rid of all the other characters. Let's get rid of all the other characters.
It will be when they get together in number 3, but they have to lay this groundwork for you so you can get there.
Yeah, it's groundwork that sucks.
Start drywalling a house. You've got to build the framework first.
Well, at least the house would look good. That's the other thing.
Oh, this will look good.
I don't think it will.
I think you'll enjoy it. Do you remember? Let's go back to Twilight. Do you remember how everybody hated New Moon because the whole Jacob and
yes,
Bella
I do remember. So here's the thing. I remember quite a bit about the Twilight series.
Because you're like, oh, New Moon. Who wants to read that? Like,
which one was New Moon? Was that the one?
The second one.
The second one was disgustingly horrible.
Told you.
I didn't even see the other. Well, I saw. Is Breaking Dawn the last one?
Yes.
I didn't see Breaking Dawn 1 or 2.
Okay, we're going to watch that next week.
I don't want to see it.
Here's another thing that we need to talk about.
Okay.
I made you promise that if I saw this movie with you, that you were going to see a movie with me.
Here's the thing. I even told you I would go, I'll just do this podcast on my own. I don't want to see this movie.
I know, but you don't. But you promised me. And because I did almost die giving childbirth to you and everything. But I think you kind of owe it to me. I'm just saying. Not to pull that out. Hold on. Let me get my bucket of soda. But you will go see Bohemian Rhapsody with me.
I think Queen is the most overrated band. Me and Parsons talked about this. I got some crap for it.
Yeah, because you couldn't be more wrong.
I'm not wrong. I think all of their music is overplayed. I don't enjoy any of their music. There's like 1 or 2 songs I'll like, okay, that's fine. But I would never just turn on, let's listen to Queen today.
I think, okay, that's fine. Which you don't have to be that big of a fan. I think even if you weren't a huge Queen fan, you would enjoy the movie, though. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I saw Straight Outta Compton 2 years ago. That was enough of music movies for me for the next 20 years.
It's nowhere near that movie, though. I mean,
did they have a manager that screws them over?
No. Actually,
really? No managers? Okay, that's what I thought the whole plot line was about.
No.
Is it some crowd swell movement where like they're not that good, nobody's gonna sign them, nobody thinks they're that good, but they're just gonna rise up and become the greatest band of all time?
No.
Okay, maybe I don't know what's going on in this movie.
Maybe you should go with me since you promised.
I got a busy schedule.
You did make a promise to me.
I did say I would go see that movie.
Thank you. So we're gonna have to talk about that too, because to me, I've seen a lot of movies this season because I'm big on seeing movies.
But you've seen more movies than I have in the past like 6 months.
I was a huge excitement about A Star Is Born, which I went on my birthday.
Yes.
Because
how did you like that?
A Star Is Born was phenomenal.
That's what I heard.
So here's what Bradley Cooper.
I love Bradley Cooper, by the way.
Who does? I talked about that last time.
Is gorgeous.
How much I love.
Can we not? Can we just say that man is as close to perfect as one can get?
Lord, I talked about how much I like Bradley Cooper last time I was on.
Which I already love Bradley Cooper because he was an American Sniper, as you know. That's one of those movies you can just sit down and watch.
I've never seen it.
You've never seen American Sniper?
No.
Looks like the promise has been broken. I don't have to see.
I think I'll watch American Sniper
Bohemian
if
Rhapsody.
You go see Bohemian
It's on
Rhapsody.
FX. Just watch on FX.
Okay, so I was excited about it because Bradley Cooper spent some time with my good friend Eddie Vedder.
You can't see that on the camera. But try again.
I have Eddie Vedder up here.
Which everybody knows about Eddie Vedder because Eddie Vedder introed the podcast last week.
Did he? Oh, nicely done. Good job, Ed.
Got to listen to these.
So yeah, he went and spent some time with him and got some of his mannerisms down. So I was very excited about it. Plus, I had never seen the original Star is Born.
I didn't know there was an original.
There's multiple originals.
Multiple originals?
Yes.
I almost said it.
You did. So I went and saw it, and it was phenomenal. So I was thinking, gosh, look at me. I'm saying, gee golly, gosh, because I
don't care. You can swear as many fucking times as you want.
So the
this is gonna get old so quick.
Gosh. So you make me so proud with how many dollars were shoved in that jar right now.
The real issue is that like people are gonna say, "Oh my god, he just takes the money at the end of the day." Oh no! Once that's in the jar, it's in the jar. I'm not touching it once it's in the jar. Okay. That's the issue.
So, Star is Born. So I was thinking for sure that had it was Bradley Cooper swept the Oscars.
Yeah.
He's going to win.
I don't know.
He's a director.
Oh, really?
He was.
I love everything Bradley Cooper does.
I was certain it was going to be. Well, then I went and saw Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh, really? Does that really change everything?
Yes, it does. So I think that they're in a little bit of trouble. I'm sorry, Bradley. I feel like you might be in a little bit of trouble. I think Bradley Cooper will still win for Best Director.
Okay. I would hope so.
I do not think that. I think that Rami Malek will win for being Freddie Mercury in Bohemian Rhapsody.
Really?
As Best Actor.
How is it that two music movies are going to be running the Oscars like crazy? Well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Meryl Streep and Tom Hanks haven't released a movie yet, so we don't know what's going to win the Oscars yet. Because the second they drop anything, they're just going to win Oscars.
Is the Mr. Rogers movie going to come out before the Oscars?
Oh, I didn't even think about that. I don't think so because the cast, that photo of him on set came out just a couple weeks ago. I don't think it'll come out in time. Okay. I think that's next Oscar season.
What about Mary Poppins? Because that's going to be a whole nother one.
It's Emily Blunt and Lin-Manuel.
Yes.
Which I love Lin-Manuel.
I know you do.
I love Lin-Manuel.
And I love Emily Blunt. And it's not that I don't love Lin-Manuel. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that I don't love him.
What do you mean? I don't get what you're trying to say here.
He's kind of milquetoast for me. I feel bad
You're
about
not a huge fan of him?
I love Hamilton too.
I haven't seen Hamilton, but I watched the documentary.
Yes.
Which I loved him in the documentary.
He's extremely talented.
Yes, he is.
And he's extremely funny and he's extremely charming. Yeah, I don't know what I'm just feeling. He's just okay. He's
no Bradley Cooper though.
He's no Bradley Cooper.
Which can't get over that.
I mean, I think he would even agree. I'm no Bradley Cooper.
Which is fine. He's one of those funny guys. He would totally agree. But yes, Mary Poppins is coming out.
So I think
First Man. Did we ever see that with Ryan Gosling?
We haven't seen it yet, but some people I went to that Adventure by Disney with,
yes,
they saw it and they said it was phenomenal. They saw it while we were on the trip. So.
Now here's what I heard about it, and this is me not speaking from seeing it.
Yeah,
what I heard was this is a tough movie because like we know how it ends. He gets to the moon. Awesome. So the whole movie, they build up to something that we know is going to happen, and that kind of kills it. That's what people were saying. That being said, really cool shots, really cool cinematography.
Right.
Acting was probably really good. The writing was probably fine. I don't know. But that's a movie that I do want to catch eventually. So I'll probably watch on the back of a Delta Airlines flight or something like that. But
on the back of it?
Yeah. Well, back of the seat of a Delta Airlines flight.
I got what you're saying.
Funny.
So maybe this video thing might not be the best idea.
I love the video
because they're going to see how many times
many things
I roll my eyes
that
at you.
I only get to see when I do these shows.
Exactly, because last time they didn't get to see how many times.
That's true. There was a lot of eye rolling in the last show.
That's my bad habit that I do that. So I think that there is going to be some problems for the
Oscars.
Yeah,
I am so done with the Oscars, and here's why: because. First of all, they're saying that Black Panther deserves an Oscar. That's incorrect. Black Panther was a really good movie. It was not anywhere near Oscar quality movie. Okay. We got that out of the way. They wanted it's a cultural following. I get that. Huge deal. Mm-hmm. Outstanding accomplishment. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
It wasn't that good of a movie. I've said it.
It was a good movie.
It was a good movie. It wasn't that good of a movie. It's not the best MCU movie by any stretch of imagination.
It was a pretty good movie.
It's a top 10 I wouldn't even say top 10. It's a top 15 MCU movie.
What other MCU movies came out this year that you
Avengers Infinity War.
Well, you think that would beat it at the
frick. Yeah, it should. I can't say that either. I think Avengers Infinity War is a better movie because it takes everything that's built up to it, which yes, there is a huge critique that it's not a movie that stands on its own. I would disagree because I think the story that it tells within itself takes characters that have been previously developed. I don't think it's the storylines that are being previously developed, which is my issue with Fantastic Beasts, is because the storyline is stretched out over so many movies.
Right.
This is a central story using characters that we've grown attached with over a lot of different movies. That's my argument for Infinity War. And it uses that to its advantage.
See that that's the exact same thing that's going on in
No,
Fantastic
it's absolutely
Beasts?
not, because at least the Avengers do it. Well, MCU does it the right way.
Oh, so you just don't appreciate the way they did it. It's still doing the exact same thing.
No, it's not, because I didn't know what was going to happen at the very end of Avengers Infinity War when I saw Iron Man 2.
You didn't know exactly what was going to happen at the end of Fantastic
I absolutely could have told you what happened at the end of this movie.
How?
With Fantastic Beasts,
yeah.
I go, wait, there's 12 more of these Fantastic Beasts movies coming out. I wonder what's going to happen with Grindelwald at the end. I wonder where he's going to go.
You don't know.
I absolutely could have told you. I'm like, well, there's going to be, and first of all, they keep talking about that. We're back on Fantastic Beasts. They keep talking about this freaking war that's coming. There's a war that's coming. And the second they said that, I go, wow, we're not going to get any end to this movie, because it's just going to lead into the war that's coming. We got to pick sides. Harry Potter was so good with this war that they did against Harry Potter.
I don't think you're as big of a Harry Potter fan as you pretend to be.
Huge Harry Potter fan.
You can't
I love
be.
Harry Potter.
Oh,
I don't like. I've never been a Hermione fan. Never been a Ron fan. Oh my. Swear to God. I was a huge Harry Potter fan. I thought Harry Potter was surrounded by a ton of idiots, and Harry Potter did not get the respect he deserved in those movies.
Harry Potter couldn't have done half the stuff he did without Hermione and without Ron.
Funny story, in Deathly Hallows, when he goes off on his own, I go, I might finally get the Harry Potter story I wanted. But no, they follow him. I was a little pissed off about it.
Yeah.
I like Harry. I like Sirius. I like Lupin. I really hate. Thanks for that. I really hated his dad.
You hated James Potter?
Oh yeah, he's a huge douchebag to Snape.
He was not very nice to Snape. How can you hate James Potter though? I mean, he's part of the. He's
not my fault. He was a huge douchebag.
Okay, are you telling me that you've never been rude to anybody in your life?
I've been rude to a million people.
People start rude again.
People start sending messages like, Parker's been a dick to me. Okay? Parker's been
not really a swear.
It's Dick's a swear.
I'll allow
Dick's a swear.
Dick. Okay.
That's gonna sound great. Anyway,
I just see my cup is Harry Potter. I'm gonna keep pointing out all my Harry Potter stuff.
Yeah, you did set all of this up beforehand. I solemnly swear that I'm up to no good. I completely forgot where I was going, but yeah, this war that they're building up,
which I think
whatever.
You understand that from reading the books. They're just giving you the history that people are wanting in these movies.
I completely. And you realize I sat through 3 terrible Star Wars prequels, right? I know exactly what bad prequels look like.
You understand that I had to go out and buy you and look for you for Christmas Newt Scamander's book way back when.
That's 100% true.
You were the Tales of Beelzebub the Bard.
Completely
all these things.
Satisfied with the book when I read it. I didn't need it to be turned into 12 movies.
Yes, you did.
No, I did not.
Because
I read that book and I was like, wow, this is really cool. It's just a little bit of backstory. That's all I needed.
Could not be more charming.
Newt Scamander?
Yes.
No, he wasn't.
Could not be more charming.
What the hell is up with the guy that plays Flash? I get they finally started to give him a character, but like I literally hated his character in the first. No, like I was like, wow, this guy's getting the crap kicked out of him. I legitimately feel bad for this guy.
Are you talking about Credence?
Credence, yes. Yeah, okay. I was like, I really feel bad for this guy.
Why am I the only one that knows names today?
Whatever. I don't pay attention.
Took notes.
I don't pay attention to names.
The Flash.
So the Flash.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, I went into Justice League a little jaded because of how much I hated him in Fantastic Beasts. And then he ended up being fine in Justice League. Anyway, they finally started to give him...
really great in Justice League.
But like, he was just a punching bag in the first movie. Like, they didn't give him any like retaining values.
Are you joking? I mean, he was being completely abused by his mother.
I know. I hated that. And I was like, can you at least give this guy a bit of a redeeming moment to where he can actually feel like all of this meant something? But no,
he was just feel bad for him at all?
I felt horrible for him.
That's what you're supposed to do. And they did. The movie succeeded.
Miserable watching him get punched for 2.5 hours, and he had no redeeming moment that entire movie. So now I see him in this new movie, and he's still getting the crap kicked out of him all the time by everybody.
You know what?
Still,
he completely. You missed some of the best clues.
Oh yeah, at the very end, somehow he's this like bad A looking bad A. See, I can't say ASS because I got my fucking swear jar here.
Oh my gosh,
is that what it says? My fucking my fucking swear jar.
Here's the thing, you missed.
I just really wish they would have just killed him or something.
He had a lot of really great redeeming qualities because he looked out for his little sister.
Good for him.
I mean, he is the sweetest kid.
He is a sweet kid, and I feel miserable for him. Can we give him a redeeming moment? That's all I want.
Do you not
One
understand?
redeeming moment.
They're trying to show you that the amount of abuse that he sustained in his life is causing him to want to join with Grindelwald because he thinks it's going to be a light
so maybe in the 6th movie, I'll finally get my redeeming moment.
Oh my gosh. I think you're going to get it in the next movie. And this movie too, you see that he was able to form a relationship with somebody, which is a pretty amazing thing.
That's cool, by the way.
Yeah.
That was a really cool name drop.
That was there's a lot of really cool things about this.
I'm not going to look past that. There are a ton of really cool little things that add in this. Like the Sorcerer's Stone is awesome.
Yes.
The Elder Wand. Did you ever notice that?
I did.
He has the Elder Wand.
Yes, I did.
That was awesome. Nicholas Flamel is obviously crazy. What's Dratini? Not Dratini. That's the name of a Pokemon.
Nagini.
Nagini the snake is awesome.
You're not supposed to tell. That was a spoiler.
No, it's not. It's not a spoiler. Okay. All Harry Potter stuff is on the board here because it's just like the Star Wars prequels. Apparently, this is such a small universe that everything touches hands at some point. Okay.
It does.
That's where we're at in these movies.
I mean, hello, people are related. You've got to kind of figure out where they all fall.
This is like a battle of families, by the way.
Yes.
Really cool. I thought that was interesting.
So you keep saying some really cool things about it, but you really are pissing all over it. You are pissing all over this movie.
I will piss over this movie. I'll piss all over this movie. Okay. Because I sat there 2.5 hours of, okay, that's cool. And that's it.
There was a lot of, that's cool moments. And you did get a lot of moments where you heard names that you're like, oh gosh, that's pretty sweet that you finally feel some backstory.
I was like, that's really cool.
It's an onion. It is an onion. You have to peel apart the layers.
You have to peel apart the ogres have layers. Oh, onions have layers.
Fantastic.
Harry Potter movies do not have that many layers because I have like one layer that I like.
Joanna.
Okay.
Could have.
Here's the other. I'm sorry. Continue.
Go ahead.
Say what you want to say.
You know, she's a wonderful writer. She's very verbose writer. Okay.
J.K. Rowling?
Yes.
If she wrote this movie, I immediately, I'm starting to question if she wrote the Harry Potter movies because these are two completely different, stories.
No. So here's what. She has say in what's going on in these movies.
God, I hope so.
Yeah. So she's very verbose. She likes to really...
She's running low on money. She needs more so she can pay for her multi-trillion-dollar house.
I think she's doing
She needs help.
I mean, everybody has bills, Parker. People have bills.
She's got bills, so she just needs to make another Harry Potter movie and make me go see it.
Exactly. So, no, the fact that these are going to be long and drawn out has everything to do with, okay, whatever. She likes to tell a story, and she's great. I mean, her stories are layered.
She loves to tell a story, but when it comes to telling a story throughout one movie, she just can't do it. It needs to be a 15 movie story, like one story. This isn't like 6 or 7 stories that evolves into one grand plot.
Hello, Harry Potter is a boy who wants to be a wizard.
Yes.
Right?
And he's going
to eventually kill Voldemort.
Every single book has one individual story. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone shows Harry Potter who's abused and Harry Potter who has a terrible, miserable lifestyle, but then he gets to go find what he's meant to do at Hogwarts. He's got a whole world out here that he's discovering, and he finds the Sorcerer's Stone and he stops. Was it Voldemort? I can't remember. It wasn't Voldemort at the time. It was like that Defense Against the Dark Arts guy. But he gets the Sorcerer's Stone. That's a small contained story. We go to Chamber of Secrets.
Who was the guy, the Defense Against the Dark Arts guy, working for?
Voldemort.
Okay.
But that serves the overall story.
Basically, it's Harry
Potter.
But
that's a small contained story. So that's one movie within a grand master plot. That's what I'm trying to get at here. Does that make sense?
No.
Okay. Small. Okay.
No,
Harry Potter, Chamber of Secrets.
You're wrong.
Harry Potter Chamber of Secrets is a small, contained story. It has a beginning, it has a middle, it has an end. And that serves a grand plot, okay?
So did this movie.
No, it did not. It had no beginning, middle, or end.
Yes, it did.
It just continued on from the first movie.
I think you're still salty about the dogs last night. Like, I think you're taking other things, about the dogs, how we had them at the dog daycare, and then
oh yeah, that's
we were
true.
dealing with that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So here's the thing. I think you're bringing other issues with you to the movie because you went in with a bad attitude, knowing you weren't going to like it because you didn't like the first one, and you're like, how can I come out of this movie and say I hated it?
Now here's where I disagree with you. What do you know? The number one movie that I went in and I wanted to hate and I really wish I would have hated. Do you know what that? And I absolutely love it to this day. Do you know what that movie was?
No, I do not.
Guardians of the Galaxy. I went into Guardians of the Galaxy by myself. While I was taking somebody to the movies, Emma to the movies, and I was like, I guess I'll go see this stupid, miserable, not MCU superhero movie. And I walked out going, listen, that's one of the best movies I've ever seen.
You did. And you came home and you're like,
so I'm on record saying I will admit it. Captain America 2, I went in going, I didn't like Captain America 1 that much. I walked out of Captain America 2 going, that's the best MCU movie I'd seen at the time.
I don't know. I think you were just looking for
Nope,
reasons.
because if it's a good movie, I'll come out and say I liked it. I went into Star Wars The Last Jedi. I thought it was going to be an outstanding movie. I walked out. That's the worst movie I might have ever seen.
Okay, but I would like you to rewind this podcast and listen to it again because you've mentioned probably 5 or 6 things that you really liked about this movie.
Yes, that is correct. There are things there's small little 15 second snippets that I really enjoy about this movie. That being said, some of the snippets were not earned. They should not have gone to Hogwarts in this movie.
Oh my God, that was the coolest part.
That was amazing. I was like, that's awesome. But then again, I'm like, you didn't earn this. You did not earn this. The whole theater was like, oh, that's really cool. They're going to Hogwarts. And then that's the first time they played the original Harry Potter theme.
Oh, speaking of, I have it on my phone for you.
You can't play it on YouTube. We're gonna get copyright claimed.
Sorry.
That's one that gets copyright claimed right
Pretend
away.
I played it right now.
Yeah. But the first time that's been played throughout the 2 movies, I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But I think that's the first time it's played throughout the 2 movies. And I was like, okay, that's cool. That's it. Hogwarts means nothing to me again. Like, you just abused this.
Okay.
This is goodwill that you could have saved for later on after you said a couple good stories, and we would have continued on. But no, they did not.
Is this because I didn't take you to Universal?
No, this is not what.
I'm starting to wonder.
I planned this. Okay, I was like, listen, I'm gonna start a podcast. I'm gonna come on. I'm gonna see the second Harry Potter, the terrible Harry Potter remake. And I'm going to sit down and I'm going to just trash on it to
I feel like
couple hundred people that listen to this
I'm looking
or
to
watch
where
this.
I could have went wrong with you. Like,
Fantasy Beasts.
Is it?
Crimes of Grindelwald was not a good movie.
Where did I go
there
wrong?
It is.
I went wrong in not taking you to Universal to see Harry Potter.
Would you like to tell the story? Because this makes no sense to anybody who else is listening right now.
Okay.
Tell the story.
So,
and then I'll tell my story.
Parker was going on the spring break trip with baseball.
We talked about that earlier.
And we had to drive some of the equipment down in our motorhome.
Correct.
So we were all the way in Georgia, and it was Wyatt's birthday week, and Emma and Wyatt were with us. Mm-hmm. And we were like, what should we do while he's in Georgia for the week? So we said, oh, I know. We'll take him to Universal.
Yeah, it's cool.
So
it's
Emma
awesome.
and Wyatt and Kevin and I went to Universal while Parker was at baseball.
Yeah.
And that is when I got my beloved wand.
Yep, that's really cool.
And Parker has been salty about it ever since
that's true.
We went. And it's not that we don't love you. We do. Because I think that's now I'm starting to see that might be the issue. We do. And I keep saying,
got way too deep for a second there. I was like, okay, maybe I need to cut this podcast short. Like, we don't need to get that deep, okay?
All right, wait till Wesley Family Christmas. And then
Family Christmas is going to get wild.
So then I think I have promised that I will take you back, and I have not.
Okay, it's really not that deep. I swear to God.
So I apologize. I have not taken you back there yet, but we will get there.
Still not that deep.
And then I went again last week or so.
You did. You did, in fact,
went to the one in California.
It was like 3 weeks ago. Yeah. 3 weeks ago now.
And I will say, if anybody is wondering, Universal in California is obviously, everybody keeps asking me the difference, which one I liked better. Obviously, the one in Florida is quite a bit larger because there's the 2 different parks and you get to ride the train between both. It is much more smaller scale in California.
That is correct.
So that is my review for you. I would definitely do it.
You'd recommend taking all of your kids when you go. That's a big one. Don't leave anybody out. Otherwise, they will start a podcast. They will bring you on. They will show you the second terrible Harry Potter remake, and they will trash it all hour long. Okay, that's the only thing that we got to add there.
What school did you think you would be in?
When I read Harry Potter, I originally said, okay, Harry Potter's in Gryffindor, I'm in Gryffindor. That being said, you grow up, you get older, you read all 8 books, obviously over time, and you see everybody go, oh, I'm going to be in Gryffindor. And you look at, like, let's say Brittany. Brittany says she's going to be in Gryffindor. And you look at Brittany and you go, you're a Ravenclaw ass looking. You are not Gryffindor. And then I'm like, wait a minute. Are people looking at me and saying, that mother frickin' Parker?
Almost.
That mother frickin' Parker.
Yeah.
There's no way in hell that guy is a Gryffindor. And then I started thinking, I go, maybe they're right. Maybe I'm not a Gryffindor.
I'm starting to think you're Slytherin.
That's when I said it. I was like, let me go back and look at the Slytherin guys and see what they're doing. And let me tell you what
they're doing.
Slytherin guys,
they're usually hiding.
have way more fun.
They might have more fun, but they're usually hiding behind somebody else and letting them do the work. Draco
I'm just going to
Malfoy.
let you know, if I would come to Slytherin, I would make it Slytherin 2.0.
Okay.
Like Natalie Portman 2.0, I'm coming in. I look like Slytherin, but I make it look a lot better. That's all I'm saying.
I'm sitting here in my Gryffindor sweater.
You are.
So I know I'm Team Gryffindor.
But
here's the thing. Why are you worried about what other people think about you?
That's, again, you're making this way too deep. I just said, well, maybe, just maybe they're thinking that. So I should probably take another look just to be sure.
I mean, you were sorted the first time into Gryffindor. You should.
That's because I said Gryffindor, didn't I? Wasn't I like Harry Potter 2.0 where I was like, oh, just throw me in Gryffindor? When did I get sorted?
When you pretty much know, everybody grows up knowing which house they belong in.
Yeah, and everybody says Gryffindor.
Not everybody.
I think Gryffindor is kind of the basic.
I've got a Hufflepuff and I've got a Ravenclaw. I'm Gryffindor in the house.
That's true.
So no, not everybody does say.
That is true. Here's the thing. I don't even remember what. So Ravenclaw is the smart people, right?
Yeah.
So I can't be in Ravenclaw. That's it.
You are pretty smart.
I am pretty smart, but I'm the type that's like.
Maybe you're divergent.
What's divergent?
You're a little bit of everything. Yeah.
I'm a Dumbledore. Okay.
You don't remember that movie?
Wow. Do we just want to go down the line and list all the horrible movies
I've named Twilight?
Divergent. I take it back. I've said a lot of horrible movies today. That might be the worst movie I've ever sat through in my entire life. I just sat through and watched that movie thinking, how could they make it worse? And then maybe 30 seconds go by and it goes, oh, that's how it could have been done.
Oh my gosh.
Divergent was a miserable movie. Apparently there was like 3 more of them too. And none of them made sense.
I volunteer as tribute if you want to go to see.
Oh, that's Hunger Games. I love Hunger Games. Hunger Games is awesome. We were just talk about books that came into movies. Yeah. I'm all for that. Talk about The Martian. The Martian was an outstanding movie.
I still haven't read that book.
The Martian's a really good book.
I was told that.
So I'll tell the story because I have 2 stories actually. So The Martian is really interesting read because he tells it in like diary entries.
Oh, cool.
And like you get to learn more about the character and like
kind of
see
like the Bridget Jones Diaries.
I don't know. I never read it. I never saw it. Whatever the hell Bridget Jones Diaries are.
Okay.
But you read it like it's a diary. I completely lost my train of thought there. Sorry. But you read it and you're actually like learning like how he deals with being stuck on Mars. So that's the whole premise of it. It's like his team went to Mars and he was left on Mars and his team left after a storm. And now he has to survive on Mars for it's like 4 years.
I've seen the movie.
Yes. Really excellent movie, by the way. I actually think they handled it pretty well. Obviously, it wasn't like diary entries in the movie, but it's still really good. That being said, why am I such an expert on The Martian? Because my freshman year of college, second semester, I go for a book report project. I go, I'll read The Martian. Did I read it? No. Okay.
You did read it.
I read it at one point. I read it like 2-3 years ago and I had to give a report on it. Mm-hmm. I went up there, gave the report. They go, okay, obviously he read it. And I go,
well, you did.
I did, but it was like 2-3 years ago. Yeah. Anybody that knows me knows Parker's got a really bad memory. Okay. Just ask me to say your name next time and you'll see how bad my memory is.
Is there like a statute of limitations? Like, can your professor hear this and then you're going to be in trouble?
I don't give a shit.
Oh, there's $1. You're going to be out soon.
No, I'm not. I got $6 and then I'll pop out some 20s here if I have to.
Maybe you can make change.
I might have to make change. That's how bad I am right now.
But no, I think, as always, the books are always better. I think the problem...
I would disagree with that.
The books are always better than the movies. But I think the problem with this is that there isn't really a book to base the movies on.
Yeah, you're right. Beasts. Fantastic Beasts.
So we go in not knowing what to expect. And I think you're having a little bit of anxiety not knowing where these 12 movies are going to take you.
I know exactly where these 12 movies are going to go.
I mean, yeah, obviously.
Dumbledore's going to smack the crap out of Grindelwald.
Yeah.
And all these characters are going to go off on their happy, merry way. And
they might make out a little bit first.
Huh?
They might make out a little bit first.
Yeah, they might actually.
And then he will smack the crap out.
I'll be honest, I wasn't prepared for that. Like, I knew it was a thing.
Yeah.
But I wasn't, like, prepared for them to go, oh, okay, that's where we're going. Which is cool. No problem.
But then again, maybe they'll surprise us because look at how, like, in the entire Harry Potter world, we all were scared of Snape and we were all like, oh, he's a bad guy.
Oh, that's true.
And then look how wonderful
that's the first
Snape
good
is.
point I've heard about the movies.
Thank you.
Today.
So I think they might surprise us because I think there's going to be more to it, and I'm going to wait for it. And if that doesn't happen, then we can be disappointed. But I do feel like, look at how they made a character who you really didn't like. Everybody loves him now.
Snape?
Yes.
Yeah, it's true. I legitimately love Snape because they went through and it's like, no, seriously, like he's been looking out for him this whole time. And like they showed you and like it actually made sense. Yes. It's not like the James Bond movies where they go, oh yeah, he's in charge. No, it's not like that. If you get that reference, high five.
I got it.
But yeah, it actually made sense. And I'm going to go, okay, I like Snape now.
So
I get why he did it.
So can we just agree to disagree that maybe just give it some more time? Yes, I'm sorry. We have to sit through like 7 more movies, probably at least.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
Here's why I'm not going to do that. Because you just said 7 movies.
Possibly.
If you would just go, we have 1 more of these movies, I'll go, I'll sit through 1 more. Because these movies are really good to look at.
I mean, it only made $68 million so far this weekend. So maybe.
That's a lot of money, by the way.
I know. But I'm thinking maybe it will depend on how much money these movies are making to when they'll wrap them up.
Yes, I agree. So I don't think that's completely true. I think they look at it and they go, okay, we have a set number of movies in mind. If they start losing money, we're going to have to make some changes.
Well, yeah, but look at like TV shows that you love. They don't keep them on forever just because people like them and they have to finish the story.
Game of Thrones, I think best example of that. Game of Thrones is going to wrap it up.
They are going to wrap it up, but that's because they're so far off book right now too. I don't even know what the heck.
Go ahead, go off book. Go off book with it.
I loved that I knew what was happening on those before you did.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was texting you as it happened too.
And it was so funny because that I said, did you get to the wedding yet?
Yeah, the red wedding. Yeah. I think if you've seen Game of Thrones, you obviously know what we're talking about. I'm not going to spoil it because obviously I said we can't spoil it.
No, I'm like, oh, it's great. You're going to love it. And then you're like, what the hell?
Yeah, I was not expecting it. That's all I'm saying. I was not expecting it. I was just like every other Game of Thrones fan when they saw it. I was like, are you kidding me right now? That blew my mind when I saw it. I was texting so many people when that happened too.
Well, Aunt Michelle is doing the same thing with Downton Abbey right now. So she's like a couple years late on the Downton Abbey thing, at least. Because, Noreen and I have watched them all. Probably at least 3 or 4 times. Downton Abbey's.
Downton Abbey used to be a huge deal at the Wesley household.
It still is. That's why our house is called the Abbey. Mrs. Gergens named it. So we, so back on that, she will text me now and say, "Oh my gosh, can you believe what happened to Sybil?" And I'm like, "Yeah, did you cry?"
Crazy, right?
And I didn't even tell her like 2 episodes later what happened. So I mean,
some people will do that. By the way,
I know.
I have some friends.
I will not. So it's hard for me to not say, oh, by the way, wait until, let's see what happens next. So what I'm trying to tell you is I think you need to just wait. Be patient.
Okay, well, movies come out once every like 3 years.
Okay, great. There's other movies in that time.
So in 12 years, when I finally get to see Dumbledore beat Grindelwald, if I got to bring my kids to a Harry Potter movie, I might just not go.
Really? I was just talking to you about this yesterday, and I'm going to like go off on you for about a second.
Go off on me for about a second.
How many flipping movies I had to take you to as a kid that I did not want to see?
List one.
And you will not go see Bohemian Rhapsody with me.
List one.
I don't know. I don't think I wanted to see any of flipping the Clone Wars by Star Wars.
Clone Wars
I would
is a good example of that being said. I think Star Wars Clone Wars is a good movie.
Then go see the Star Wars Clone Wars. But guess what? I took you and I think 10 of your flipping friends to it too.
Correct.
Parents take their kids to movies all the time.
That's one movie.
And I've done, you know what? I can guarantee there's about 1,000 more.
Your other example was Kung Fu Panda. And you got shut down right away right there. Because our entire family loves Kung Fu Panda.
I hated
Dad
Kung Fu
loves
Panda.
Kung Fu Panda.
I hated it.
He even goes, when's the 3rd one coming out? Because he wanted to go see it. That's all I'm saying. If you know our dad, my dad.
One of the characters in there
crazy.
Looks like my grandma.
What?
And it really kind of bothers me a little bit. So that's another reason. There's a ton of movies that I've been forced over the years to see with you. I'm asking you to see one movie with me. One. And you can say.
I'm going to go see it.
Well, you can say when it's over.
I've already said I'm going to go see it.
Okay, thank you. Did we get this on tape?
I'm going to go see it.
There you go. Thank you. Because I think it is an important movie to see.
Okay.
I think you're going to feel like you're on the wrong side of history if you don't see that movie.
Here's the issue. At the end of the day, no matter what happens to that movie, I'm always going to go, I hate Queen music.
You don't have to like Queen music. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
How many minutes of the movie is Queen music?
There's a little bit of it in there. It's hardly any music in it at all.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. That changes things.
I'm lying. But there... It's a really good movie and I think you'll enjoy it. I think here's the thing. Wyatt is a huge Queen fan.
Yes.
I am a huge Queen fan.
You are.
Your dad is a huge Queen fan.
Really?
Well, I mean, with all due, he does like Queen.
Really?
I think I took him. He really enjoyed the movie as well.
Okay.
I don't think you have to be a Queen fan to really enjoy the movie though. I'm going to be honest.
Okay.
So just go see it with me.
Did you ever see the Rocky movies?
Yes. Cause that's my childhood.
Have you seen Creed?
I've not seen Creed.
Are you going to see Creed 2? Because let's be honest,
here.
No other movie matters until Creed 2.
If you watch Bohemian Rhapsody with me, I will watch Creed and Creed 2 with you. I'll give you an extra movie, even though I was forced to watch all those flippin' stupid movies with you as a child, like Pets or
Pets? What?
There was something else. There was some other movie.
Let's
search out some other stupid movie. I'm sure I had to watch with you.
Like an animated movie?
It
like
wouldn't have been
Despicable Me?
No, that wasn't that
Twilight?
horrible.
New Moon?
Twilight. Yeah, I had to go watch Twilight New Moon with you. You begged me to go see the Twilight movies. I took you to every single one.
No, I didn't. You can't lie about stuff, okay?
Right,
we have a camera. You can see you lie.
I'm just laughing.
You're on video here. I'll put the lie detector test on right now.
My face turns I'm like beat red because that's what happens when I lie. My ears are hot.
Creed
no,
2.
You did not.
That's all that matters.
I will. I'll go see Creed.
Creed 2 looks so freaking good.
We'll agree to disagree that you need patience in your life. Maybe try some yoga.
I'll even agree to that. That's the thing. That's how impatient I am, just so we can get this over.
All right. Oh my gosh. So yeah, it's just patience, and you'll see something better coming along.
That's true. I completely forgot what I was gonna say, but then because once I said Creed, my mind just shut down, and I thought about it, and I thought how jacked Michael B. Jordan got for this freaking movie. He looks like a superhero.
I think he was one of the sexiest men alive.
He should be. Have you seen him?
Did you read that?
No, I don't read the sexiest man alive article every year.
You don't?
Only when it's somebody I like.
I was flying.
Like if Bradley Cooper wins, I'll go read it. But if Brad Pitt wins, I don't care.
It wasn't Brad Pitt. It was
George Clooney.
It was Idris Elba. What's his name?
Yeah, Idris Elba. Yeah. I like Idris Elba. He's a really cool guy.
He's pretty fascinating.
I don't think he's like jacked out of his mind.
No, but you don't really need to be to be the sexiest man alive.
I think you need to be for sexiest man alive. I'll be honest with you.
Nope.
Didn't George Clooney win one year?
Yeah.
How long ago? That was pretty recently, wasn't it?
A couple. I think he's won a couple times.
Oh, you can win multiple times?
Yes, you
that's
can.
Bull crap. Chris Hemsworth should win every single year.
I don't know about that.
I'm a huge Chris Hemsworth guy.
But what I was saying is I was forced to read that I was forced to read the
Sexiest Man. I know. It's like when the ESPN naked issue. What was that? Naked issue. The naked ESPN issue.
Are you talking about the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue?
No, like ESPN puts out an issue every year or so, and it's like athletes, and they just get totally naked and they pose for pictures. And it's
I'm sure that must be hard for you to read that.
Well, no, because it's not like, like good naked. It's like, like Prince Fielder. You remember Prince Fielder?
Prince Fielder?
He was on the naked issue. It's a funny picture.
I don't want to see that.
It's a funny picture.
No offense, Prince. I'm sure you're a wonderful guy.
He's really athletic.
I'm not going to body shame anyone. So yeah. Well, anyway, so I was forced to read it on the airplane because we had a particularly bumpy flight.
Yes, you did.
And I was really nervous. And so when I do, I have to read, and I had to keep my head into something, which I probably read the same page 14 times.
Should have watched Creed.
As I was doing I didn't even want to pull out my iPad. I was
really?
scared.
That's scared.
Yeah. I'm not usually a frightened flyer, but that was a scary thing for me.
I have been on many flights, and that has never happened to me. So
yeah.
I can't confirm.
The one cool thing that happened on that flight, I was going to share this with you. So we get there and they're like, ma'am.
Oh, I know how you hate ma'am.
I do hate ma'am.
If you see my mother in public, you better call her miss. Otherwise, she'll text me right away about how you called her ma'am. It's happened.
True.
It happened many times.
It's not true.
It happens. McDonald's. Okay. It happened.
Well, I mean, those kids are like 12 years old at McDonald's.
Yeah, they kind of have to.
You can't judge those
I get called sir at McDonald's now. Did you hear about that? Because once I grew this out.
I know. Anyway, they were like, hey, this huge flight, we only have 25 of you on it. And I'm like, what? There's only 25 people. 25 people on our entire flight.
Weird.
So she's like, we've shifted you all around for weight purposes. So your dad and I were in the exit row.
Nice.
So
save the lives.
But they put your dad and I in charge of 25 people on a flight? Like, really?
Here's the thing about that. Do you actually have to save those people? How many planes have crashed? And do we have to thank? Do we have to actually thank like the exit row? It's like, oh my god, you saved all these people. Like,
yeah,
I don't think the exit row got that much like praise in Sully.
Yes, it did, and Sully did too. Yeah, they did. They stayed and helped people.
I didn't see it.
Yeah,
maybe they did that as like propaganda.
You didn't see Sully?
I saw the SNL skit.
Oh my god!
Did you see that? Yeah. He's like, oh, I'm Sully. they're like. I just thought it was pretty funny. It's like that would actually happen if he was flying.
But then another cool thing that happened was, since there's only 25 of us on the flight, the pilot, instead of coming on the speaker to talk to us, just came out and talked to us in the aisle.
Guys, this plane crashes. We're just gonna have to let you know what's going on. You guys have to get out, and those people right there will help you out.
He came and shook all of our hands.
Really?
He went row to row and shook all of our hands, introduced himself, and thanked us for flying with him.
Shout out to them.
I mean, it was pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
So, but then it was the bumpiest flight I've ever been on. Like
That
I had
sucks.
complete anxiety on that flight. So
Like I said,
I've never said so many Our Fathers or Hail Marys. So I was very thankful.
What can I say? Except I didn't get to go on that flight. So
I'm sorry. It was
All right.
work. It was a work function.
it was in fact a work function. Did you see okay, we can talk about this now. You've seen the Detective Pikachu trailer.
I did.
How perfect was it?
Okay. So
On a scale of 1 to yes, it's perfect. Tell me how perfect it was.
listen, Baki Walks. I was not always a huge Pokemon fan. I didn't really understand what it was.
Not everybody understands. It's got a big barrier to entry.
But of course, when Pokemon Go, the game came out,
Yes,
for
Pokemon
the
Go,
phones,
crazy. Still
everybody
play.
played.
Still play.
Everyone, and some people still do play. But I played on that as well, as you know.
You did.
So when I saw last night, we had some friends over,
You did.
and they were out doing stuff in the Wesley Motorsports
They
Museum.
were pulling stuff from our barn.
The
We have a
Wesley,
ton of
and
cars
they
in the barn.
named it, which I think we should from now on, the Wesley Motorsports Museum.
That is correct. We'll explain that in the Christmas special.
Yeah, so that's out there. They were out there. You guys were in playing the new Pokemon Switch game.
I'll talk about Pokemon Go at the end. I
Okay.
played about 2 hours of it and why it's playing a ton of it. We'll talk more about it next week when we have more time to play with it.
But you were pretty impressed with the fact that I knew so many
Yes,
of
you
the
did.
characters.
Well, because the cool thing about Let's Go is that it's the first gen
Yes.
Pokemon, which is the same Pokemon you played with when you were big on Pokemon Go.
Yep.
So if you became to recognize those Pokemon there, you
Yes.
recognize them in Let's Go. Like that's the same. That's your generation.
Yes.
Everybody has a generation. So like I'm the whatever generation Diamond and Pearl
Leaf
came out
green.
on DS. No, I actually
Ruby Red.
I played those after I played Diamond.
How do I
and
know
Pearl.
those? Because your mother bought you those for Christmas.
It's true.
I mean, probably one of those
You
times
read
I
the
was
receipts when you bought the games. Yeah.
forced to watch one of those awful child movies.
I hated the Pokemon movies.
I know. Home on the Range.
That's
That
a good movie.
sucked.
That's a good movie.
To
this day.
What's the one with a deer and he was like dead on the car?
Oh, Open Season.
Open Season. So you can't
That wasn't a
see.
good movie.
I had
That
to go
was
see
not a good
Open
movie.
Season, and
Was that in theaters?
yeah, I took you right to it, bought you popcorn and everything, but nope, you won't
All
go see Bohemian
All right.
Rhapsody.
At least you got those are actually good examples. I'll give you those
You're
ones.
welcome.
But yes, how perfect was Detective Pikachu's trailer?
I'm excited about it.
Ryan Reynolds.
Do they need to have Ryan Reynolds do everything?
Yes, they do. Ryan Reynolds needs to be in every single movie for the rest of time. I think Ryan Reynolds is actually perfect for that because if they're going to make it kind of an outlandish, sarcastic Detective Pikachu,
Right.
absolutely. They should write that character to Ryan Reynolds' strength.
Okay.
So if they write it to Ryan Reynolds rather than they just go, okay, so this is just Detective Pikachu voiced by Ryan Reynolds. I don't think it'll be that good. But
I'm worried for Ryan Reynolds.
I love Ryan Reynolds.
I'm worried that he's going to be these sarcastic characters all the time,
I think that's awesome.
and then he won't get to go back and do like a rom-com anymore.
I think he would be hilarious in a rom-com. What do you mean?
He's been in many rom-coms.
Oh, I just haven't seen him. He hasn't been in a rom-com since Deadpool, though. And I think that's kind of been his...
With all due, is that a rom-com?
Deadpool?
Yeah.
No, it's not. Deadpool is a comedy.
I didn't like it.
All right.
So it's okay.
But yeah,
I
Detective
can understand why
Pikachu,
people like
perfect
it.
trailer.
Yeah, it was a good trailer.
Really good trailer. I love how the Pokemon looks.
Yeah, they do look really great.
They look awesome.
It looks like it'll be a movie that I will not mind seeing as much as I minded
I'm so
Open Season.
so in. So perfect. I don't care what anybody says from here on. I don't care what they show in the trailers. I'm in. I'll see it. I'm gonna love it.
Yeah.
Probably. If the writing's terrible, I'm gonna have a tough time sitting through it. But that's about it.
Yeah.
Okay, last trailer that came out. There's 2
Yes.
trailers for Toy Story 4.
Yep.
I
I liked one.
love both of them.
One of them I was a little.
You didn't like the Key and Peele one because you said it was too violent, which is such a mother thing to say when they see a trailer and they have 6-year-olds at home. Oh my God, that's so violent.
Here's the thing. I didn't think it was
Key and
too.
Peele are hilarious if they get into Toy Story 4, which I hope those characters are permanent. I'm all for it. Let's get some comedy into this movie. Let's get my emotions running as high as they can possibly go. And then let's just cut this franchise
Can I
down.
explain myself? But this is also how you and I were saying, I know I'm old now because
You said it was too violent, which how
like-
can you look at a Toy Story movie and go, that's too violent for me. I'm
weren't
not
they
interested.
talking about like hitting somebody and
I don't think so.
they
Because
were,
from what they were like making fun of
they
Buzz
were
and Woody,
making, that's the issue I had. They were making fun of Buzz and Woody.
which was hilarious. And then Buzz and Woody come in at the end and they go, what are these guys?
Aren't they slightly teaching kids how to bully each other? I mean, with all due, I don't
Hashtag bring bullying back.
know. What is it?
That was the thing on Twitter. If you're not on Twitter, you
Oh
don't see
my
it.
God.
Because there is a funny backstory that everybody who just heard that either had an outlandish response or they got the joke and they think it's
Oh my
hilarious. That's all I gotta
God.
say. Hashtag I think that's what the hashtag was.
Okay. I'm hashtag horrified. So,
Hashtag horrified.
yeah. So anywho, I do think it's going to be a fun movie, and I think it's going to be cute with the fork. What was his name? Forky?
I don't know.
Mr. Fork.
I won't know any of those toys
Forksy
until I see the
clown.
movie, and then I'll never forget their names. That's where I'm at. Love Toy Story though.
Yeah.
Toy
So
Story
I'm
is
excited about that.
awesome.
And everybody keeps saying though that both Tim Allen and Tom Hanks have both said that they cried
Oh,
uncontrollably.
they cried their eyes out, is what they said.
So I am a little nervous about it because I already cried hard enough at the other ones.
Oh my God, Toy Story 3 is the one time since Infinity War that I truly cried at a movie. Infinity War. I was an emotional wreck in Infinity War.
I cried in Bohemian Rhapsody.
No,
Let
you
me talk about that
didn't.
one more
Come
time.
on.
I did.
Oh my God.
I did. You know, it doesn't take much to make me cry, though.
That's
I could
true.
probably
That's true.
conjure it up right now if you want for the podcast.
Oh, Fantastic Beasts was so bad. Oh, it's so
conjure.
horrible. I hated Fantastic Beasts.
Oh, God, you're
Yeah.
so annoying.
Sorry.
That's your soundbite for the week. Oh, you're so annoying.
I get it enough. I just roll right
Speaking
through
of
it.
Toy Story,
Yes.
we've got something coming up in 13 days.
We are going to Disney World in 13 days, which you just reminded me I need to get a couple podcasts recorded so I can go to Disney World in 13 days.
We're going, our family. So grandma and grandpa really like going to Disney.
Yes, they do.
And we are now this is not a new thing. People know this, that people request to go with us to
Correct.
Disney.
They do.
We're kind of fun when we go.
Kind of a big deal.
So they requested that we could go down with them.
They did.
And they like to go at Christmas time.
They love going at Christmas time.
I booked this trip probably, like 7 or 8 months ago at least.
It's been a minute.
And I did not have any of the other previous trips I have been on recently planned at that time.
Correct.
This one was our big trip we were planning for the year.
Correct.
And now here it is.
I know.
So
Here's how fast 2018's been going. I looked at my Outlook calendar and I go, oh, I got to go to Disney. Nope, didn't say
cents.
it. Didn't say it.
50 cents.
Oh, MFer.
Doesn't that
I have to go to Disney World in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I got both scared and I'm both
excited?
Relieved because I need a
So
vacation. Sounds good right about
If
now.
you don't want to go, I mean, I'm sure I can find somebody else.
I just need to get some work done before. I think we're all kind of feeling that. Well, motorsports season is done.
Yes, thankfully.
Thank God. So we don't have that to grind and get done with.
Well,
but
the day you get back, we go somewhere else.
Oh
It's
yeah,
not
I have to go to PRI when I get back too. That's not work for me. That's more work for him. So
this is
all inside story that doesn't make sense to anybody, but
he's got a show to go to.
it's just that the cars on display.
Insiders.
Cars on display.
Yeah.
Industry stuff. I think we'll do a podcast before then. Me and him are going to sit down and do the Wesley Motorsports season recap. So
I know, because he was a little mad that I was.
Oh yeah, we can talk about this.
It's my second time on, and he was a little.
He was a little salty. When am I going to come on the podcast?
He was like, "Your mom's going on again." Like,
really?
Well, and then we were talking about the Wesley family one. He's like, "Don't you think you should put me on before?" Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah, he was actually really upset about that too.
I feel like I'm whispering right now because I'm.
So he can't hear you.
He can't hear. But he's gonna look forward to being on.
Yes, I think me and him are freaking hysterical together, just like I am with both of my parents.
Mm-hmm. Aren't you lucky?
I know some people. I sit through some conversations between friends and parents.
Oh, I just did the Yanni Griggin's favorite laugh. Did you hear that? Yanni, that was for you. I did the one.
He listens apparently.
The
That's
one
what I
note
hear.
laugh.
But I've listened to some conversations between parents and my friends, or just people I know in general, and it's not funny in any stretch of imagination. I go, well, how do you talk to your parents? Because we're kind of outlandish that way.
It was important to us, and we've done this to you since you were little. We've always talked to you guys like adults.
It's true, and now you kind of seeing the benefit of that.
Yeah,
it's crazy, right?
So it worked. Our experiment worked.
Oh my God, the experiment somehow worked. Here we are. He's got a show.
Oh my God.
He comes on and talks about stuff on a podcast once a week.
So
experiment paid off.
It's awesome. So
Disney World coming up. The year's wrapping up really fast.
What are you most excited about for Disney?
Just to get away. Honestly, in all honesty, it's just to get away for a week or so.
Aren't you excited to see Toy Story Land?
Oh yeah, Toy Story Land. Anything Toy Story. I'm actually really excited about. The one thing I'm upset about, Marvel stuff, still not at Disney World.
I think there's some things there. I think you're going to be surprised.
No, there isn't.
You'll see some things that
because they have that deal with Universal has the theme park rights to Marvel still.
I understand that. But I think that they're in the stores, and there is a couple of stores down there
that are like straight Marvel.
Just straight Marvel that you'll be excited about. And
I'll have to let Mickey know if I don't see a fucking. Damn it.
That's 2.
No, yeah, it's 2.
So I think you'll be surprised. There's some really cool things that they've come out with down there that you'll be
I'm all in for it. I am both terrified and relieved that I'm going to be going on a vacation here soon.
I think you'll be excited. I think that you'll like where we're going to stay. It will not be as nice as the place that Emma and I just stayed.
Oh yeah, that was crazy, by the way. When me and Dad went to a race, Mom and Emma went to Disney World. Let me tell you what, I didn't know they had the Trump Hotel at Disney World. All right. This thing was 6 stars. This was not just 5. This was 6 stars. Yeah. You could have confused it for the Caesar's Palace Suite and the Hangover. It was just massive.
It was big.
So many pictures of it. You had a great little outlook of the Magic Kingdom and the nice little lagoon they got going there. Mm-hmm. That sucked. I was sweating my balls off in Vegas, just walking miles, just looking at stuff. Glad you had fun though. Really appreciated that.
You're meeting a lot of great contacts though for you.
Obviously.
Yeah. And people speak highly of you when I go on a trip.
Sure, you do get to go on trips. They always say I have no filter. Can you believe that?
Yeah, I do believe that.
Multiple people said that to my mom about me.
Somebody did say to me though, this was kind of fun. They're like, "Oh, I knew you right away. I stalked your Instagram."
That was pretty cool. So that was pretty cool.
They knew who I was as soon as I walked in the room. So I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah. I've never had somebody go, I know you from the 129 Entertainment podcast, but I have had people say, oh, I know you from Wesley Motorsports.
Yes.
So guess I have something to shoot for.
Yeah, I think you will. I think pretty soon people will be like, oh my gosh.
Oh my God, this show is so good.
It's from the 129.
He swears so much.
Look at that though. Look at how much money you're getting to
money.
the...
That's so much money.
You're giving to the cause. Oh my gosh, my wand.
I know. And then I feel like I'm just going to have to start throwing 20s into the group chat podcast tonight. So
I'm worried about that. I think you guys will have a good time though.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it.
So you're just excited to get away.
I am very excited to get away. I just need to pretend like I don't have any work when I get back. I think that's what I need to do. I think
what you need to do is just go and let's have fun and then see all the Christmas stuff. Get in the holiday spirit.
Which I'm going to cut off Disney talk for a second.
Sure.
Because one thing I've started doing is when I go throughout my week before a show, I'll type down podcast thoughts. Yes. I've told you about this. Yes. I have Parker's podcast thoughts, which is a nice little note section in my phone. And one of the podcast thoughts for this week was, why is Christmas suddenly in November? Why? I don't feel like it's ever been this early before. Why are we celebrating Christmas on November 1st? Usually it's right after Thanksgiving. That's when we go into Christmas mode.
I think people are looking for that feel good feeling right now, and Christmas makes people happy. And so they're looking at whatever they can to...
Oh my God.
Yeah. They're trying to bring, the kindness and the joy.
All I'm saying is when it hits December 13th and it's like, it's still Christmas season and we're not even there yet. It's an endurance race. And you can't throw everything in to such a 2-month period. Okay. It's not Halloween starting in August or September. I don't know how months work.
Speaking of Disney, I mean, on October 31st, you walk out of the park and it's still Halloween. November 1st, you walk in, it's Christmas.
That's really cool.
So it is.
Is it Disney's fault then?
No, it's not Disney's fault. I seriously think that everybody right now needs a little bit of happy in their life. So they're like, hey, what makes me happy?
Let's have Christmas 2 months early.
Yeah. It's the season of giving. It's a season of kindness.
Season of giving and kindness. So let's celebrate Christmas 2 months early. And then when we get to December 25th, we're so burned out by Christmas and everybody's so sick of it that nobody wants to have Christmas anymore.
Have you turned Christmas music on?
Christmas. No, I've not. I listened to a bit of Chance's Christmas album, but that's about it.
Have you written anything for your Christmas list yet?
No.
You have too. You're lying to the camera.
I mean, I have equipment that
exactly.
I need.
You've given me a list. So here's what I'm saying is you've pretty much started the Christmas season early as well. You Grinch.
I think we need to wrap it up.
Emma's seen that twice already, by the way. She said it's good.
The Grinch?
Yeah.
Whatever. All right. But seriously, though, we do need to wrap it up.
Okay.
We got people coming in soon.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yeah. Merry Christmas. 2 months early. Hope you have a great November season. Do you have anything you got going on you need to pimp? Got any social medias?
I was going to say that the most people find me on Snapchat because they could have seen that cool room that I was, because I post a lot more on Snapchat than I do anywhere else, I've noticed.
Do you want people to add you on Snapchat?
Well, I mean, isn't that kind of like an Instagram?
Not really. All I'm saying is I don't think you want people adding you on Snapchat. How about that?
Okay. I don't see. All right.
Add her on Instagram at Joe_Vetter. She'll start posting.
I'm Joanne.Wesley.
Never mind. Joanne.Wesley on Instagram.
But I am Joe Vetter on Snapchat. I don't need to see other people's.
You guys don't need to add me on Snapchat. That'll be just fine. I think we have a great little, mutual connections on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Not Facebook, Instagram and Twitter.
Maybe I should start doing like the Instagram live stuff that goes away, because that's the reason I post on Snap, because I don't necessarily need to keep it all the time.
Haven't you noticed that I've started posting stuff on my Instagram story?
Yeah, maybe I should start doing that. So
start doing that instead.
So follow me on Instagram at Joanne.Wesley.
Yep. Okay.
Anything else that I've got going on?
I don't think so. I mean, I'll post a ton of stuff on my story for when we go to Disney World. So, because I'm always a lot of fun when we go to Disney World.
You are.
Because my SAS goes up to a 15 when I'm in the Magic Kingdom. So
and I'm always like, you're at like a 15. Let's turn it down to a 6.
Turn it down to a 12. Got it.
6.
At 129 Entertainment on Facebook and Instagram. At 129 Entertain on Twitter, because they are a bunch of hashtag bitches. I'll pay the $1, but I'm not going to be doing that every week because they are still hashtag bitches. If you have ideas or you want to hear us talk about something on the show, go to 129ent.com/podcast. You can send us a message. Say, hey, I want to see Mom on the podcast more often, because a lot of you say that. You can go ahead and post it on the 129ent.com/podcast.
My Aerosmith scarf is actually the Marauders.
I'm not talking about Harry Potter anymore.
It's the Marauders map.
I refuse. I refuse to talk about Harry Potter anymore.
Aerosmith does on their mics.
I refuse to talk about Harry Potter anymore. I'll talk about it in 2 years when they finally release the next movie.
Oh,
and then they get to, another balk where they don't actually tell a story. If you're watching this show on YouTube, you should go ahead and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you know when we post new videos, because I'm going to be honest, we're not going to be posting just podcasts forever. We're going to be posting some new stuff here coming up soon that I can't talk about, but
it's
projects.
Exciting.
That's true. I have projects coming. At 129 Parker on Twitter. I tweet sometimes, only when I'm in it. I don't tweet as much as I used to anymore because people get outed for that now. So I'm not trying to be a part of that. Yeah, swear to God. How many people go down from Twitter on a daily?
But how about you just post positive things and not? I don't see
people know me.
I don't think you're going to post. I don't think you're going to post.
Once
things.
I become a comedian, then if I become a comedian.
Once I become a comedian,
then I'll start tweeting funny stuff. If I'm not a comedian, I can't do that. Okay. Anyway, see you next week. I don't know what's going to be going on next week yet, but hey, we'll keep you on date. If you follow 129 Entertainment on Twitter. Okay.
Bye.